Wildflower wants to know, can I come visit you? Yes, you can. What up, Supreme? The I Am 2020 said, why do so many hurtful things exist in this reality? Because in this reality is duality. In order for you to understand happiness, one must understand sadness. We need the contrast in our life to make us want to manifest more. When you see someone that is hungry, it makes you really appreciate food. It makes you, when you see somebody hungry, it makes you tap into your compassion. It makes you tap into wanting to help someone. It's all on how you want to look at it. Somebody asked me, what is my belief in soulmates or soul ties? Is there a difference? And if so, what is the difference? Soulmates. I've had soulmates in my life. And then I think there are soul ties, because if you think about all the different types of people that have come into your life, you have some people that will always be there. And that could be a man or a woman. That's not, I think we get soulmates confused with romance. I think romance really tarnishes our way of relating to one another. But I've had a lot of soulmates. And then I do have a couple of soul ties. Like, no matter what I'm doing, no matter where I am, we're always going to be connected. So just because that person's a soulmate doesn't mean that we're going to have soul ties. Because you can always end it with your soulmate. That relationship can end. But then you got some relationships, it don't matter what you're doing, what they're doing, where they are, where you at, you're always going to be tied together. Oh, then someone asked me, what do you think about twin flames? I've been doing a little research about twin flames. I'm like, what is the, let me tell y'all something. Let me give y'all another perspective, okay? When it comes to relationships, this is the reason why people are looking for their soulmate. I'm looking for my twin flame. I'm looking for this. Because you are looking for a relationship that's going to last, right? And you're thinking that you need the soulmate. You're thinking you need this and that. But the relationship that only needs to last and to flourish is a relationship with yourself. See, the people that you are relating with, they're just there to mirror where you are. Now, with wherever you are in your life, you do want to be in relationships and you want people to celebrate and experience life with you, but you're constantly growing. You're constantly evolving. Sometimes those relationships you're in, they're not going to evolve and grow with you. But that's something that should not be any of your concern. The only concern is the relationship you have with yourself. Because you have to know that in this big world of billions of people, you cannot think that you should only focus on, if I lose this person, I'm going to be alone. Now, that doesn't mean you just be out here being a hoe and just being with whoever you want to be with, but but you might want to be a hoe. Shoot, let me stop slut shaming. You might want to do that. But what I'm saying is, don't let the focal point of getting in a relationship is so that you can find your soulmate or find your twin flame, because at the end of the day, you need to be working on yourself. You need to be knowing who you are at all costs. You need to be who you are at all costs. Bump a relationship. And that's why I always tell Rambo, the best thing you can do for me is take care of you. And Rambo, if our relationship ever ends, or when that moment comes, he's going to remember that. because I always say that to him. Take care of yourself. You ain't no good for me if you ain't no good for you. And that's the type of relationship, that's the type of person you want to find. You want to find someone that celebrates you. You want to find someone that celebrates themselves. You want to find someone that is focused on their purpose and who they are and allowing you to be a part of it. You don't want somebody that is looking to be in your life because they're going to drain you. You want somebody that got their own shit and doing their own shit. Be like, hey, you want to come with me? We can do it together. But you want to make sure you're living in your purpose, that you are focusing on your destiny and stop looking at what everybody else is doing. And then what's going to happen, because you're so focused on your purpose, you're going to start meeting people that are also living in their purpose, that are also focused on their destiny. And wouldn't that be beautiful to be in a community of people that are living on purpose, that know who they are? That would be amazing. That would be so, I'm tired, because somebody was saying, when the black people going to keep suffering? When they stop focusing on the suffering. Because sometimes you have to be self-centered. I feel like that word is all out of whack because of our selfishness of not, how can I put this? How can I put this clearly? It's time that you start taking care of yourself. Well, what is self? Everything is you. So that's the reason why it's time for you to live a more holistic life. Because when you become more mindful of everything, of yourself, you start becoming more mindful with everything around you. Now, and then sometimes in that mindfulness, you can't do certain things. Because in pure selfishness at its highest frequency, you don't want to put up with nothing that will take away your respect and honor. You should be respecting and honoring everything at all times. And you should learn to say no. And learn to say yes to things that bring you joy, that empower you. But because we have been injected with being selfless, like, oh, I'm so selfless, oh, because I'm just so giving. No, you are more of an energy vampire than anyone because you don't take the time to love yourself, because you're so focused on what everybody else is doing, because you're so selfless. And you don't even see what's going on around the world and even want to make a difference because of your selflessness. You care so much about what others think of you that you'll just go along and follow the crowd. Even though you know within yourself that is not the right thing to do. So that's why there has to be a balance of selfishness and selflessness. That we need to bring a balance to that and create a new word in what that is. Yeah. Yeah. So I invite anyone to create a new word. Because words are very important. The words that we speak, they are the creation. First there was thought. What is thought? Words. So we need to make sure that the words that we are using are empowering us, that are moving us forward. It's the words. So let's start focusing on the words. The words are the spells. What spells are you putting out today? So let's come up with a word that will bring togetherness to selflessness and selfishness. Because sometimes you do need to think of others, but then at the same time you need to be thinking of yourself too. Because you can't, if you don't help yourself, you can't help nobody. And that's what you always got to keep in mind. I'm helping myself so that I can help you. It shouldn't be the other way around. Mm-hmm. I'm thankful, people saying I'm powerful. I'm this. I'm a vessel. I'm a vessel to allow the universal truth to come through me. That's all I am. I can't take credit for any information that comes to me or through me. I just want to be a vessel. I want to be open to allow the truth, divinity, God, to use me at its highest good. So that's why I must take care of myself and love myself and nurture myself. I want to be that beautiful, strong, vibrant vehicle to represent the universe at its highest level. So that's why you gotta eat the foods that you need to eat. You need to exercise. You need to love. You need to express yourself. You need to do all of that. The universe needs you to do that so that it could use you. But when you all like, nobody got time for that. The universe is like, I can't use you. Why? I can't use you. I can use you and show you to the world what not to do, who not to be. Yeah, so keep being a glum bucket. We need those to show us that we want to be something better. Everything has purpose. Everything. Welcome, Reflection, Mother Essence. You keep going, girl. You be expressing yourself. I love it. With your clay body. Putting all that dirt on. Yes. God is acoustic. Said we all are energy. Because God is energy. We are all God in its highest and lowest form. Okay? Let's keep it all the way real. Mm-hmm. Let's see y'all have any more. Let me see y'all have any questions, because I was in my zone. Okay. Y'all have any more questions? Mm-hmm. You're right. Say what's beyond thoughts. You tell me. Because everything is thoughts. In order to get beyond thoughts, you got to think it. It's in my hole in my shirt. I just realized that. Yep, so if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm going to go, because I think Rainbow wants to mow the grass, especially since it's not raining at this moment. Okay? I'm thankful, Capricorn. I'm thankful that I could be of service. And that's what it's all about, because that is what I was thinking about today when I was allowing the rain to use my laziness as an excuse. I was like, today go live. Today express yourself. Today be of service to someone. Today be valuable. It don't matter if it's raining. And you see what happened, y'all? We got through the rain together. And it didn't stop the connection. It did not stop anything. And so I invite you, whatever you're using as an excuse not to be great, whatever you're using as an excuse to stay in your depression, this is the time to where you be selfless, because someone needs you. Because I feel like when we get depressed or we get sad, it's because we are too self-consumed. You think too much of yourself. You're suppressing. And so now you're depressing. You're holding it in. So now it's time for you to think of someone else for once. That's where depression comes from. We get too caught up in our egos, who we think we are. Now it's time for you to become who you actually are. And some of us don't want to invite that in. Like being who you really are and being on purpose, it may not necessarily bring fame, and it may not necessarily bring joy, but it will bring purpose. And that's what you want to focus on. And the more you are in your purpose, the more you in your bag, I'm telling you, the joy and the money, like all that you need will come to you. Ask me how I know. Come on, I cannot make this up. Look at my life. And it may not be the life that you want, but I want you to live the life that you want. I quit my job and everything that I knew 3 years ago. And now look at where I am. You know, it was a journey. Shoot, but it was my journey. And I'm still living it, and I ain't giving up until that last breath. Okay? Oh, Terry A. Brown said, sometimes I don't know when to talk versus being quiet. It still speaks though. Yeah, exactly. Just because you ain't saying nothing don't mean you ain't saying nothing. Yeah, that's a fact, Terry. Yeah. You not speaking is louder than you speaking. Somebody said that, let me stop saying somebody. The I Am 2020 asked, how do we remove physical imperfections with thoughts? By accepting those imperfections. That's how you remove them. People talk about my teeth all the time, but I embrace my crooked teeth. I embrace my crooked smile. And you know how I embrace it? By speaking. By talking. By accepting. Just because my teeth crooked don't mean it's going to stop me from talking. You know? So yeah. Good for you, I Am Lotus. At least you work from home. Okay. And Kirby Impact said, are they hiring? Yo, when I was still in the States, that's what I was moving into. Because I always worked at a cubicle job, but then because I was doing medical coding. And so if anybody knows anything about that industry, you can work from home. They actually encourage you to work from home. So that's what I was about to do. I was about to start working from home because nobody got time to be dealing with them office politics. But, you know, the universe had something in store for me. So, and I took it. I took the blue pill or the red pill or whatever. That's good, Curvy Impact. She says she embraces her imperfections. Yeah, because who said they were imperfect? We're so much comparing ourselves to each other and trying to be this facade of what beautiful is. It's not even real. What we consider beautiful is not real. All that altering and editing, them heifers don't look like that. But they want you to think you should look like that when they don't even look like that. And vanity has nothing, and vanity is a sin. It's one of the deadly sins. Vanity has nothing to, it's not only what to do with your beauty. Vanity could mean that you don't want to do what you're supposed to do because you're afraid of what people think. That's vain. That caring what others think of you is vanity. Remember that. I quote that. Boop. Oh, what they saying? Oh, it's not any bad vibes. People got stuff to say, but they ain't saying nothing. Alright, y'all. Well, it's been real. I've been very fortunate. Few of y'all been hitting me up for readings. It's been a lot of fun. I'm so thankful for someone coming in today, letting everyone know that they got something out of the reading. That makes me happy. So I'm surprised none of y'all have astrology questions, because in the beginning y'all had astrology questions. So if y'all want to have some astrology questions to end this live, let me know now. But yeah, my reading's been going really well. I'm refining it more. And yes, I do charge for my readings. I would like to put that out there. But the reason why I charge is because I'm supposed to. It's a value, it's a service. Now with my readings, the 1 hour basic reading is $35. And then if you want the reading, and you want the voice recording, and you want the write-up of what I talked about, that would be $50. And obviously I suggest that one because when you're talking to me, you're going to be in a trance. We're going to be flowing, and a lot of things I'm going to say, you're going to want to remember that and continue to add that into your life. And people have been reaching out to me and has been thanking me, for that. And I understand that some people may not see the value in getting a birth chart reading. And it's okay, but it's a service I'm putting out. It's a value I'm putting out. And I know the way I do my readings, it is to empower you to continue to study yourself. Because that's what it's all about for me. It's not about me just reading your chart, girl, and telling you this and that. No, it's about me empowering you. I'm a teacher. And astrology is just one of those things that I'm really good at teaching. So I would like to start doing more videos on astrology because, yes, I would like for you to have a reading, show your support. But at the same time, there's still so much information out there. I want to really help you guys continue to study yourself. And astrology is just one of those vehicles. There's so many things that you can learn about self. Astrology is just one of those things that I love. Now, there's other things that I'm getting more into, like numerology and gene keys and stuff like that. But astrology is the focal point right now. And yes, I'm going to start doing a little bit more videos, helping you guys with your astrology charts the best way that I can. Now, if you want a personal one, hit me up in my inbox. And we'll set an appointment. I actually have two of them today, actually. But I really want to take the time to come out here and connect with y'all today. So. Okay. So let's see what y'all. New Being said, who are Geminis compatible with? Well, again, and I'm glad you asked the question in the way that you did. When you're thinking about compatibility, you don't want to just focus on your sun sign, because your sun sign is just your ego. Your sun sign, your sun sign, try to say that 3 times, is the way that you shine. It's your ego, but it's not necessarily something that you want to focus on a relationship, a compatibility with, because it's what you think of yourself, really, the sun sign. And that's the reason why I wanted to bring to y'all's awareness your Venus and your Mars, because your Venus is your pleasure, your Mars is your sexuality and your energy and your action. So when you're dealing with someone, you want to know who's compatible with you in that way. What are you attracted to? what gets your sexuality, moving. And then as a woman, the Jupiter sign, it also tells you the type of traits your husband will have. Okay. So those are the things you kind of want to look into. Now, with if you're talking about Gemini as a sun sign, then you want to go with the moon. So that person will connect with you with your emotions. So you will get a moon sign in Gemini or a moon sign in Sagittarius. And I think that any of the moon signs that are in air signs, you will also be compatible with as well emotionally. Alicia Free TV said, my Mercury is in Scorpio in the 4th house. Do you have any advice for me? I will just tell you, because Mercury represents your intellect. It represents how you communicate. It represents your perspective. So the first thing you want to be aware of is the planet itself. What is the characteristics of the planet? And then, because the planet is the mind. What type of mind are we talking about? Intellectual, communicative, mind. How it's expressed, the spirit in the mind is the sign, which is Scorpio. And then the 4th house is the body. It's the house. It's where things are living. So that's how you want to incorporate your reading, your studying when you are thinking about that. Always think about each part, the planet, the sign, and the house. So your Mercury, your mind, is always on tradition, family, because it's in the 4th house. So it lives in the house of family, tradition. You have really great insight. You move off of intuition intuitively, because your Mercury is in a water sign and house. Mercury don't really like to be in the water. Mercury don't like that. Mercury likes to be in air, in the earth. It likes to think. It likes to structure. It likes to be critical, analytical. It likes to communicate. Well, when it comes to water signs, they communicate differently. They communicate more on emotions and intuitive. So you have to understand that's how you think, is how you feel. So your moon sign, see, this is how I think, y'all. I do astrology. So if your Mercury is in Scorpio and in the 4th house, that's an emotional perspective and intellect. Then you better make sure your moon, your emotions, is in check. So you want to go to your moon sign. How are you feeling? Because it's going to affect how you are thinking. So with you, your Mercury being in Scorpio in the 4th house, you're always thinking about home. You're always looking for home. You're always thinking about family, tradition, intuition. And like I said, you see things. You really see things because your environment, your home is important to you. So you got to make sure everything is straight. Now, with it being in Mercury and Scorpio, you look at things deeply. You don't always communicate because you're taking in everything. But sometimes you be looking at things too deep. Like, it is not that deep. What you see is what you get. Okay? So just remember that. And what you feel is what it is. Okay? You don't have to play mind trick. With Scorpion energy, they play mind fucks. Because they wanna bring things to the surface. They're always looking on the dark side. They always trying to bring things to the surface. But sometimes you just need to remember it's all about the connection. Stop thinking things gotta be so deep. Stop thinking people are hiding something from you or you can't trust them. Okay? It's not every relationship you need to get intimately involved with. Some relationships are surface relationships, and you have to be okay with that. Okay? Ooh, Sunset Bloom said, what does North Node in Capricorn in the 10th house mean? Lord. Okay. So North Node has been my new love. That is one thing I've been incorporating in all of my readings, regardless if you're asking me about your purpose, about debilitations or whatever. I like to bring to your awareness your North Node. Because your North Node is your purpose. It's your destiny. It's what you are here to become in this lifetime. And I don't understand why the North Node is not at the top. Because it don't matter if you are a sun in Gemini. If your North Node is in Capricorn, you need to be more of a Capricorn, not a Gemini. Okay? And now it's just about the traits. Now yours is in the 10th house, so you nothing but, baby, you nothing but Capricorn. But in this lifetime, you are here to focus on your career. Okay, that is what you are here to do. And anytime North Node is in Capricorn or in the 10th house, or anytime you have a chart that has a whole bunch of Capricorn or 10th house, in this lifetime, you are here to build wealth. You have the ability to have an abundance of wealth in this lifetime, but you must focus on business. You must focus on morals and principles and having structure in your life and working hard. And as long as you do that, you will be able to receive wealth in this lifetime. Because Capricorn is all about business. It's all about structure. It's all about initiating a foundation in life. And one of the things you need as a foundation in life is money. Money makes the world go round. Money is how you get things. And so Capricorn is a great sign to attain that. But at the same time, Capricorn is under the karma of you better do right. You better sow them seeds nicely. If not, you're going to pay. And that's the reason why when you see people in the industry like Tiger Woods, who else is it? R. Kelly, they're Capricorns. And the reason why their careers ended is because they were not doing right. R. Kelly sleeping with young girls, and what's the guy just said? He cheated on his wife, and so now look, Capricorns are held at a certain standard. I know that went off with the North Node. But yeah, in this lifetime sunset bloom, see, you got to also understand your South Node. So your South Node is Cancer in the 4th house. Now, I would love to see your chart to see if your chart goes with your North Node or if it goes with your South Node. Now, you are here to be focusing on yourself. You're here to be the nurturing leader. The compassionate leader. You are here to lead. You need to get out of your house. And most of the time, people with North Node and Capricorn, you are focused on your home. You think that if you're not in your house, it's not going to function properly. But in this lifetime, you are here to be out in the public. But you also are here to balance your home life and your work life. Your masculinity and your femininity. You are here to do that. But you're here to be the boss. That's what you are, to be the leader. So start getting out your house, start doing things, be a part of groups and organizations, start a business. Like I said, I would like to see your chart to see what else is going on, and start doing more Capricorn things. Start wearing more black and gold, wearing things to make you feel powerful, because that's what Capricorn energy is about. It's the boss. It's about business and about being in your community. What does your community need? And how you are going to supply that. But then also with the Capricorn in the 10th house, sometimes you can be childish. Sometimes you can be moody because you might pick up on that South Node and think somebody's supposed to be doing something for you. Somebody's supposed to be taking care of you. But no, in this lifetime, you are the one that want to be taking care of everyone by becoming who you are. Now, with that being said, you are still here to be a nurturer and to love people, but you got to make sure you're nurturing and loving yourself. You're attuning to your emotions, because we need for you to be solid. We need for you to be grounded. That's what your family and your business needs for you to be in this lifetime. Okay? Oh, somebody said, Terry A. Brown said, what does it mean to change the vibration of your heart? Well, first, when you think of your heart, remember it's the mind. This is the brain. This is the computer, right? This is the mind. This is why in carbonation they always say like this, you know, connecting your mind and interpretation, you know, everything's in the mind. I think that's how he said it. I don't know. But that's, he always just do that just for you to remember. Forgive me if I didn't say it right. But it always made me remember that the heart is the mind. Okay? The brain just interprets what's in the heart. So whatever your perception is, the way you see things, is because it's in your heart. So if you want to change the vibration of your heart, what you're saying, how do you change the vibration of your mind? You change the thoughts. You change the frequency. So start thinking of different things that will support what it is that you want. That will be positive. That will be empowering. And the more you do that, the more you strengthen your heart. Raising New Star said, what about the moon sign? The moon represents your emotions. The moon represents your mother. Okay? That's what the moon represents. It represents what you feel secure. What will make you feel secure? What part of you is irrational? Because just because you feel it doesn't mean that it's logical. The moon will have you being in an irrational, illogical place. Is that word, illogical? I'll be making up words. That's that Mercury and Sagittarius. Be making up my own language. What do you need in your life to feel secure? And I also will say that the moon represents your manifestation. Because the moon represents emotion. So whatever you're feeling, you will manifest that. It will keep you in that vibration. So remember that. And whatever house your moon is in, it's the part of your life that you are focused on of your emotional well-being. Somebody said, are you and Rambo still in love? Me and Rambo, we are still committed. Every day Rambo and I are learning how to love ourselves, each other, every day. So I like to say me and Rambo are still committed in doing that. Because right now I'm learning how to love myself, really love myself. And Rambo is doing the same thing. Hey, Chicklet. I'm thankful, Immortal High Priestess. Yes, so one day I'm gonna do a live, and we're just gonna talk about specific one thing at a time. So one day I'm gonna do a live and talk about the North Node, and one day I'm gonna do a live, we're gonna talk about the moon. Because sometimes I don't like to talk about astrology because the views go down. But I'm like, bump that. Like, half the people that follow me, they not here for the information. They're just here for the drama. But I know a lot of you are here because you love yourself and you want to work on yourself. And I want to be a part of that journey. That's why I tell everybody, thank you for allowing me to give you a reading. Thank you for allowing me to be in your life to help you further in your journey and your purpose. So that's what I have to focus on, not view counts. So yeah, that's what I'm going to start doing, is doing that. And yeah. I'm loving all the comments. Okay, Divine B says, can you speak on, like, if I see y'all are splurting out things, but if you don't ask me specifically in a question, I don't know if you're asking or you're just telling me your sign and stuff. Okay. So Divine B said, can you speak on North Node in the 9th house? This is beautiful. And I would like to know your sun sign too. But I'm just going to talk about what you asked. That this is one that you have to be mindful of, because her Gemini is in the 9th house. So her South Node is going to be Sagittarius in the 3rd house, right? So what she needs to give up is what she needs to become. But when you have your house like this, because Gemini and Sagittarius are opposites of one another. So when you're dealing with the North Node and South Node, all you are doing is dealing with the opposite. South Node is what you used to be. North Node is what you need to become. And so you're used to being in your South Node. Now you got to start being in your North Node. But if in your North Node is a contradiction, then what you have to do in this lifetime is find balance. You must find the balance in your life, and then depending on what the rest of your chart is will also determine that too. Now with you being North Node in Gemini, you are here to be the student of life. You are here to learn your truth, but learn it from others. Okay? Now that's what I'm saying. Now it's in the 9th house. That is the house of higher learning. That's the house of philosophy. Now the way you're going to do the 9th house, you're going to bring it into a real life perspective, because sometimes Sagittarius, we are about philosophical, we are about higher learning, we're about foreign travels, we're about away, the horizon. Now what you are here to do in this lifetime is to bring all of that and bring it here, bring it into your community. But then you also have to learn to be open to other people's truth, because you are in the house of your own truth. But you got to be open to other people's truth in this lifetime. And you're also here to just learn. And the best way you can do that is by writing, by taking classes. You're really here to learn about your spirituality and about your truth. But you have to do it in a way to where you're incorporating others, because Sagittarius is about itself. Sagittarius is, this is my truth. I don't care what you say. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm free. I'm doing me. Like, nah. Gemini energy is, this is my truth that I received, and it's about we. It's not about me. It's about the we. Okay, that is what the Gemini energy is here to show you in this lifetime. But then you're also here to teach it of what you've learned. Okay, that's why it says it's a balancing act, because you probably the type of person that want to tell people your truth. Not everybody want to hear your truth, but not everybody needs to hear your truth. It's about you listening. And then Sagittarius is about it's personal freedom. It's about me being free of expression. Nah, Gemini is about my internal freedom. Okay, and knowing when to speak that truth. That is what Gemini is here to show you. And then also, I always say, do more Gemini things. Like, do more Gemini things. Start working with your hands more. Just be mindful that you are the student. So be very careful of mind manipulators, of polluted gurus. You can get caught up in, belief systems, because you're finding yourselves. But just be mindful. But then you also have to be mindful of not playing mind games with others as well. Oh, and do more traveling, but do more short trips. You don't necessarily have to go out, to a whole nother country. Do more short trips, like go travel around your community, around your state, or wherever you are. Just start doing more trips. Start meeting start meeting the people. If you have siblings, start connecting more with your brothers and sisters. So you're more about your family that you came into. Sagittarius is more about the world that's out there. Yeah, Alicia, free TV. That's what I'm going to be doing. She said, I love this class, and you start doing more astrology lessons. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. It's like giving more classes. Now, eventually, I could move into doing private classes to where, I'll charge a fee. But right now, it's just about me getting into I got to figure out how to streamline that. But other than that, it's not about money for me. But I do know I do still need to make a living. But it's the focal point of my life is teaching. That's what I focus on the most. And so I need to start going live more and just talking to y'all, asking, answering your questions and things like that. And eventually I might move into doing private classes and things to that nature. But right now the readings is enough because that's more personal. And as you see how deep I can get with one thing, just imagine if I took your chart and, really broke it down for you. You said my Capricorn is in the 11th house. What Capricorn in the 11th house? Awesome, Sunset Bloom. Oh, Johanna said, are your readings super expensive? No, if you just want a basic reading, it's $35. If you want a basic reading plus the recorded audio and the write-up of what I talked about, that's $50. And Johanna, that's a good question, because at first I felt a certain way about charging, but now it's just like, absolutely not, because there's some astrologers that I look up to and that I learn from, and they charge $500 for their reading. So I was like, I'm most definitely not going to be feeling bad for the little pennies that I'm asking for. I mean, yeah, they charge a lot. Like, the astrologers out here, they charge a lot for readings. But I understand, because you got to take the time to really, do the research with people's charts. But I'm like, God damn. So, yeah, so my readings, I think, are affordable. And you're going to receive a lot. Okay, Olive Goddess, she said, I would love to have my birth chart read. Okay, hit me up in my inbox and I'll schedule you something. Yeah, did I answer your question? I'm not Anna Flower Moon. I just answered it. Johanna, I explained everything in your reading, Johanna. She said, we'll explain the houses in your reading. Yes, I explained everything. Well, this is what I do. This is what I do in your reading. I have a base of what I'm going to. I know I said your name all wrong. I'm sorry. I do your life path number, and I do your destiny and fate number. And the reason why I do those is because that's why I like numerology, because numerology goes hand in hand with astrology. And for those that don't have your birth time, I can help you with your numerology, because there are things in your numerology that I can figure out and connect with your birth chart. Okay? So that's why don't worry about not having your birth time. I still have a way of knowing the core of your life, because the houses is your life situation. What in your life is more of a focal point? Well, if you don't have the time, we ain't gonna know that. But if we do your numerology, then I will know, and I'll bring both of those together. So I like the life path because it's a part of your purpose and destiny. I like your destiny and fate number because it's going to show you what you need to do within your purpose. And then I also do astrology geography, because you ever wonder why in astrology it asks you for your location? Because when you were born, that particular location, that environment affects you in some way. You know, that's why I teach epigenetics, because your genes are controlled by the environment. Your genes are controlled by your perception. So whatever latitude, longitude you were born into, that affects your perception, that affects your mind. So with that being said, that will always be the foundation that drives you. And the reason why I like to do it in the readings is because not only will I know that, but whatever location you are in currently, that is going to affect your birth chart. That's going to affect your life. So for example, you could be on a Jupiter line. Well, that's a good line to be if you're trying to manifest, if you're trying to create something. That energy is going to help you in your chart. Now, if you are on a Pluto line, okay, you want to know if you want a Pluto line. If you want a Pluto line, then you're probably, in your life, you're probably going through a lot of obstacles. You're probably going through a lot of transformation, a lot of deaths, reborns. You're probably going through it. Okay? Well, you want to know where you are, you know, in your life. You know, so I incorporate that. And then I always incorporate the North Node. And then the question I always ask people, what do you want to receive more clarity in? Don't come to me being like, tell me about myself. No, there's all different parts of yourself. I have only 1 hour. Trust me, if you give me one piece, I can break it down. But to just do a broad perspective, to me, it's not enough, because I can go an hour on your relationships. I can tell you how you love and why it's not working for you, or what can work for you. I can tell you about your purpose, your destiny. I can tell you about your debilitations. I can tell you about your career. I can tell you about family. I can tell you about all different things. So it's like, give me what is more important to you right now, and then I'll break that down. So yeah. So that's what I do with my readings. And then another thing I've been incorporating, because I learned about stelliums, that if you have, there might be a theme to your chart. So I look at that overall. That's the only time I look at it overall. How much of the different elements do you have in your chart that affects you? Because you might be a Sagittarius sun, but you might have like 5 planets that are in Capricorn. So obviously Capricorn is the foundation of who you are. So, you know, I will talk about that too. That can affect everything in your chart. Alicia Free TV says she on a Pluto line. I know. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like I've been learning so much. So that's what I've really been doing a second at a time, is learning my craft. And because some of y'all may not have time to be learning all of that. Like, and so that's why I'm like, in my readings, I'm going to give you that. But then I'm going to give you a write-up. And so then you can take what I give you and you can learn it and do further research. Like, take my perspective and then study a little bit more on other perspectives. And before you know it, you'll have your own perspective. Oh, Sunset Bloom said, Faith, how will I go about having a reading with you? Is it over Skype or written or phone? It's over the phone. I do IG or Facebook Messenger. We do it that way. But then I have to turn the camera off because of the connection. But yeah, that's the way I do it, through IG and Facebook. And we do have a telephone number. So if that doesn't work, I can call you on our cell phone number as well. Yes, anybody that wants a reading or have questions, hit me up. Like, if you have any astrology questions, you can hit me up and ask me for free. I don't care. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to give you a whole reading like that, but I can direct you and guide you through whatever question you have. But now, if you want more personal time and energy, then obviously, you know, you have to pay for a reading. But I do believe it's worth it. If you really are about astrology, I do believe my readings will bring some benefit to your life. I'll put my stamp of approval on that. Yeah, and then the payment will be through PayPal or CashApp, and then you just put the note in there. And once I receive the payment, then we'll start off with the reading, because I'm not going to do your reading and you pay me. No, once I get your payment, that's confirmation that you are serious about your life. That's all it is, really. Because I can do this for free. But the payment is to show yourself that you are serious about your life. And then once I get that, and then we'll start the process. Oh, okay. This is my last time saying the payments, because people might have just came into the room. The basic reading is $35. Now, if you want the basic reading, 1 hour, it's 1 hour. The 1 hour reading and a voice recording of what we just talked about and a write-up of what we talked about, that's $50. Okay? $35 for just the reading, $50 for the reading, the recording, and the PDF write-up. Yes, Capricorn, I can show you your spiritual journey through your chart. Sunset said, do you know what line Arizona is on? I am in currently in Boston. No, the only way that I would know that is by doing your chart. Okay, this is about to end, so I'm about to go, actually. I'm thankful, Queen. Yes, Erica, and I am psychic. Because in my chart, I have capabilities of the psychic world, my moon in 12th house. So I'm able to, anytime you have 12th house in your chart, it connects you to the psychic world in some way. And I am psychic through my emotions. Immortal Infinito, I think I could accept the donation through MoneyGram. I never did it, but yeah. All right, Sunset, hit me up. Yeah. Okay, well, the reading's about to be over. So, the reading. The live is about to be over. I'm about to go because I know Rambo wants to come out here and work in the yard while it's not raining. And I miss my little baby Zen. So, yeah, hit me up, y'all, for a reading. And stay tuned for more astrology classes. If you have any questions that has nothing to do with astrology, hit me up. I'm here for you. And yes, and remember, stay balanced in all that you do. Bye.